Good morning, fellow dorks, and welcome back to Alone in the Dork. Man, I was like a kid on Christmas Eve last night. I was so excited to jump into this combat. Speaking of holidays, happy Easter to those of you that celebrate. So I have a pretty steadfast rule. I cannot shoot another video until I edit the previous one. And editing is what takes the longest. So yesterday I edited a video, I shot another video, and that was the previous video where I made it all the way up to where we are now, but then I stayed up and I edited it. And it takes a while to edit. I watched Lord of the Rings, the third one, yesterday, and the amount of time it took me to edit that videos. Because I was curious, like, how long does this take? It takes about 3.5 hours to edit one of these, believe it or not. I know. Wow, you spend a lot of time for such a low quality product. I know. Coffee. Okay, let's talk more rock. Let's go. Okay, so we are just going to quickly double check like everything that's going on here. Man, hindsight is 2020. I had a chance to get rid of getting surprised by this enemy. If you do remember, I saw that statue and I had a 40% chance to get 2 spoils or get rid of this surprise for my next combat. I went big and I went home. Beyond that, I do have this awful thing, and this is not a growing darkness. This is just some stupid event that happened where each time I enter a new room, I lose sanity. And I can also destroy a magic item, which maybe I'll get out of this. But I want to get out of this domain. And also, I want to get out of this domain so I can go into Warren of the Ratkin. And I have heard that it has an ending to it, which I think is what I'm going to ultimately go for. Is I want to tell this story of Sir Alistair, because all honesty, I have other videos to do, mostly of other Black Oath Entertainment games. Okay, the doors blew up in my face. I rested. The only thing I'm really lacking is sanity. I'm at like 68% sanity, which is, in all honesty, is probably more sane than I currently am at this moment. And let's go through this door. Let's do this. Okay, it is going to get the jump on us, and let's look at what surprise does. It may not be too bad. So if you win a surprise check, this is the rule for surprise. The initiative is yours, so she does get to go first. There's not much I can do about that. And they make their first attack with a plus 20. I don't know if that means that, like, literally their first physical attack. Like, what if she does something magical and then she attacks after that? I feel like the element of surprise is gone, so that wouldn't help. So if she doesn't do a physical attack, I don't think it's going to matter too much. But, and if it is like a magical attack, do I still add that plus 20 to it, which I guess makes sense. We'll see what she does, but again, let's talk. Avery, go. Get in this stupid area. Let's just see what she has chosen for her domain. Let's see what this looks like. It is a room. We do know that much. Let's roll the D100. What does your room look like? 32. Oh, here we go. She's really into this. The shadows of tormented souls replay their darkest moments in an eternal loop, forever haunted by their past actions. She's really a bit of a masochist, isn't she? Like, the last few rooms we've had have been all about punishment and torment. So that's probably just, and she's just probably, again, she's got this siren subset to her name. So she loves this. She gets off on this crap, and I want to kill her. So maybe that's what I find so startling when I come into this room. I don't know what I was expecting, but I should have expected that. So now we would normally make the layer check, and it is indeed the layer. I guess the tension could still go up. So let's roll that. Oh, butts. All right, there that goes. Well, the tension die triggers, which I guess makes sense. I'm in her domain. I gotta get out of this place, dude. I am ready to get out of here. Okay, here we are in this room. You can see there is another exit out of it, and I did just put the little door here. I did blow this up in size. What I think I'm going to do is just to make more sense of how the map works. Like, seriously, if this is where I'm like, Avery, like, this is just unbelievable. These maps just aren't lining up. I just don't understand this game. If this is really where I draw the line because of geometry, I can settle down a bit. Because, again, it is working in 3 dimensions, so it may go under or above certain layers. So, Avery, again, get over yourself. So here's the room. There is another way out, so she's obviously just reclining in this big area, or maybe I think she is, because, again, she's getting the drop on me. Let's look at her. Like, again, I haven't really looked at her much. Let's see what all she has in store for us. Maybe we'll be friends. So here she is. Super, super cool. Wow, she's killing 3 people, and I'm 1. So here I'll give her a little description again, just as a reminder. The Venom Cloud Siren is an eerie enchantress with a domain over the deadliest of toxins known to man. Her haunting presence is marked by billowing clouds of virulent gas that choke the air, and her serpentine movements conjure venomous projectiles. Oh, is she like snake-like? Oh, she does have a... Oh, who was it? Echidna? I believe in Greek myth, that's kind of like the echidna thing, like the body of a woman and then snake thing. Or maybe she's like the snake person from Golden Child. And you know what? I want the knife, please. To those of you who get that reference, you're welcome. Okay. Conjure venomous projectiles that strike with deadly precision. She leaves a trail of creeping vines and thorns in her wake that ensnare the unwary, leaving them to quickly rot away and nurture life in the necropolis. That's nice. Okay, let's see what she is. She is a demon. She is elemental. There's only one of her. Good. Mind, endurance, body. Health is only 12. I like to see that. And I am going in there with my longsword. I just like the bonuses I get for it. I like that D4. I like the plus 10. Yep, she's serpentoid. I've never seen that word. It makes perfect sense, but she is a serpentoid. She does have a hit location that can do the critical damage, the head, so you know what I'm probably going for. She has armor in all locations, which again, my Ethereum Requiem Blade could have surpassed, but again, I like my pluses. Her combat skill is only 40. Her combat score is less than that skeleton. Magic resistance 50, which I don't think I'm really doing any magic on her. I've got my mind blank thing, which gives her the -10, but that's just like a permanent thing that goes on. And when I cast my spell to negate her magic, I just think it just negates it. I don't think she can do anything about it. And then she's got spoils, and she has traits. Penetrating 2. I think we've run across this. Those rot grubby things, the hive larvae, had penetrating. That means they just go through armor, which kind of sucks, because if she does get in a headshot on me, my helmet's not going to help. It's going to penetrate 2 points of damage. And that's probably the thorns that she has on all of her attacks. Ruthlessness 1. No clue what that means. Elemental affinity, poison. I'm guessing if it's an affinity, it's not just like resistant, or it sounds like it actually probably heals her because it works in tandem with her. So we have a few keywords here. Penetrating, ruthless, and elemental affinity. Thankfully, I did bookmark a lot of these things, so let's jump around to those. Here's elemental. Let's start with that. Embodiments of pure elemental power, such as fire, lightning, or earth. They possess a deep connection to their element, wielding power and shaping the world around them. Elementals are restored by damage caused by their elemental affinity. Okay, so yeah, poison would heal her, which is great. I don't do poison damage. Demon. Twisted beings born from chaotic energies of the void. Her parents must have been awesome. We got a demon and an elemental. That was probably a pretty passionate encounter between the two of them. Demons are restored by infernal damage, ain't doing that, vulnerable to holy damage, and immune to the poisoned condition. Yeah, there was like a zealot or something like that I was really toying with getting. They do that type of damage. Okay, I'm fine with those. That doesn't really affect me too much. Traits, here we go. They have penetrating. They ignore armor equal to X amount, which was a 2, so my helmet is basically useless. Ruthlessness, 1. Oh, here we go. This trait grants the creature a number of additional turns per round. So she does 2 attacks per turn. Oh. Boy, that's a big ol' sucky poo. Okay. The good thing is for my mind blank thing or my anti-magic thing, it negates their ability to use magic until my next turn. It doesn't say that their next magic attack fails. It just says until my next turn. So that's still going to be very helpful, but she gets the drop on me. For surprise, it just says their first attack. It doesn't say their first turn, but she's going to get 2 hits in on me before I can do anything. Again, that sucks. Let's check my character stuff real quick just to make sure I've got everything how I think it's supposed to work in my brain. So again, I am a weapon master and I am a mind binder. So mind binder. My passive is enemies always suffer -10 to their combat skill. Hooray. What I'm going to be using when I get a freaking chance is Suppress Mind. It costs 3 ether, so I can do it 6 times. The target cannot use any magical actions until your next turn, which again means if she does 2 magic attacks per round, she ain't doing anything. So that's good. And then we're going to go down to Weapon Master, wherever that is. Again, my weapon skill is increased by 10, and I add D4 to the damage pool. And then my Evasive Strike. So when I do my standard action, my melee attack, if I hit them, I get a +10 to my next defensive check. So that's going to be a lot of what I'm doing, is just trying to mind blank her and hit her hard. Here we go, my friends. Oh my god. She goes twice. What a jerk. First, she's doing 6. Typically 6 is like their big one, but we'll see. Toxic Infusion. Can't do anything about this. The Venom Cloud Siren empowers herself with toxic magic. Her next successful attack deals 2d6 poison damage. Wow. Okay. Her next successful attack. I'm going to write a note of that. So it makes sense. So I come into the room and I can't find her in here. I just see all the tormented souls just wandering around. And so what she does is she sees me coming in. The first thing she does, she buffs herself, which makes sense. Again, we were just sleeping side by side in these 2 different rooms, so we knew what was up. 2d6. I wonder if that stacks. That would be really bad. Okay, so there we go. Next successful attack, 2d6. Okay, let's see what the next thing is. A 1. Here we go. The Venom Cloud Siren releases a cloud of toxic gas, forcing all creatures in the room to make an endurance check, which I suck at, or take 2d6 poison damage. I guess this would stack on top of the other one. I guess so. I'm just doing that 2d6 right now, which makes sense. So she sees me coming and she like holds her breath, almost like a dragon, and she just fills up with this just poisonous gas and then just bellows it on me. I feel like in Ragnarok, or Jormungandr, the snake that kills Thor and Thor kills, spoiler, in Ragnarok, the son of Loki, that thing had this toxic cloud thing that it did as well. So I need to make this endurance check, but it says the next successful. So this thing's held. Like, it's going to unleash when she's successful. Okay, so I need to make this endurance check. Come on. The good thing is I didn't get knocked down. Oh, and she doesn't deal any sanity damage. That was my biggest concern, was sanity, which, looking at all this, I should have been scared of other things. Okay, endurance is... Come on, Sir Alistair. 25. Oh my god, I got it. A 9. I knew it. I still got my poopy loincloth. And honestly, if I can handle the poopy loincloth, I can handle anything. Great. I got past this first surprise round. So I'm going to keep that plus 2d6 right there. I even erased it, expecting to lose this. So go me. So here I go. I went and here I go. I am going to attack. Do I do the called shot? Her combat skill is a 40. But no, all I need to do is hit. And I could do critical strike. I go for a head. So she's got this like really long, like echidna-esque tail. And I'm just trying to take out the upper part of her. Go for the head. She has 12 health. So I could get a really big hit in on right now. So, boom, doing my anti-magic thing, which interestingly enough, she did not do any magical attacks this turn. But that will cost me 3 ether, which knocks me down to 15, which is still above my normal allotment. So I've got my mind blink going. I got a lot of my mind stuff working for the first time. So I just send out these pulses of just psychic energy, and maybe I can get all of the sirens and stuff like that. Speaking of energy and things, let's lose a sanity, because I walked into a room that is still happening. And my idea for that is that she is toying with me. When I'm going insane, the thing that's making me lose the sanity is like part of her being is in me, is trapped in me. And it's just slowly eking out this psychic energy of me, and it's just slowly poisoning me from the inside. It's rotting me from the inside. But let's go for a hit. So she just does this bellow thing. She quickly sees me cover my mouth with the poopy loincloth, which I probably slept over my face with, because you kept putting gas into my room. And here I go. I have an 81 to my attack. Again, 82, excuse me. My bladed weapon is a 62. I get a plus 10 because I'm attacking, and then I get a plus 10 because I'm awesome. So let's go. Okay, here we go. 93. That sucks. So again, I would have failed if I went for a normal attack. I'm getting rid of these dice because they hate me. That's how most of my fights begin. I roll really poorly in the beginning. That is not great. So that is my action. That's all I did. Oh, and I have to see if she counters. It's not just that I missed. It's that she gets to go. So here she goes. Enemy. If she fails, I still do 1 point of damage. So, fail? 40 or above? No, she succeeded. God dang it. So she gets to roll on the happy table. Jeez, man, what a bad start. 9. Recovers D4 health. Great. Good. There's no health to recover because I didn't do anything. All right, and now it is her turn, and she's going twice. Here we go. Please be magical. Please be magical. Please. That's not magical. It's that toxic cloud again. Man, she's just breathing out all this crap, and that's probably why I couldn't get the good hit in her, because she held up this reserve, and I'm like walking towards her, trying to hold my torch in one hand and cover my mouth as well with the poopy loincloth probably in the crook of my arm, and then I'm just trying to hit her in the freaking head, but she's just bellowing out all of this gas. So here I go, going for the endurance test, which, yeah, that's a miss. Okay, I finally failed that. Let's read this. I want to make sure I do this properly. She empowers herself with toxic magic. Her next attack deals an extra 2d6 poison damage. So what that sounds is I'm going to roll a 2d6 to see how bad that toxic cloud does on me. And I'll take the highest of those two. And then I roll another 2d6 for the extra 2d6 damage and take the higher of those 2 dice. I think that's how that's going to work. I don't think I roll 46 and take the 2 highest. I think I roll the 2d6, I take the highest of those, then I roll another 2d6 and take the highest of those. All right, we're finally got that 2d6 out of the way. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's not too bad. And then I roll it again. 1, 2. Those are double 6s. Okay, that re-rolled, but I still take the highest. So I took 9 points of damage. That was not a great turn. I'm down to 21, but this is now gone. And she still has another turn to go. Come on, roll something magical. 3, 6. Dang it. All right, she is doing that 2d6 thing again, which did not treat me well last time. I am doing the same exact thing. Let's clear these dice out. I am negating her magic, which she's not using, and which drops me down to 12. And then I am going for that headshot. Come on. 20. Or a 2. Both of those are successful. And her only hope is the only thing she can do to prevent this critical hit from happening is she needs to make a critical success, which needs to be an 11, a 22, or a 33. 28. Nope. I got her, baby. Here we go. I automatically hit and deal double damage. Please roll well. That sucks. But again, this is why I want this D4. Because I rolled a freaking 1, and she has armor. So I got 2, I did 4 points of damage, minus 1 is just 3. Not amazing, but I get a plus 10 to my defense if she does a physical attack on me. So that was that round. These dice treated me okay, except for my damage, so I'm going to keep them. And now it's her turn. What is she doing? I am sick of these 6s and 1s. Does this stack? So do I roll a 46 or does she roll like 2d6 and then 2d6? I don't know. Let's do 46. Yee, she's building up something nasty. Okay, and here's her next one. A 2. That's magical. Dang it, it's physical. I have a 1 in 2 chance that she's going to do something magical, and she has yet to do it, and she's done 6 things now. All right, but this is a physical attack. The Venom Cloud Siren's serpentine body lashes out, targeting a single creature, that's me, and dealing d6 piercing damage. Okay, and this is the target must pass an endurance test or become poisoned. I'm assuming that means if I'm hit. I have a plus 10 to my defense, so I have an 82 is what I'm rolling. So it is possible I'm going to get a goodie out of this. So let's see if she hits. She needs to roll, what is her, whatever again? She's a 40. She does. She gets a 17. I want to roll above a 17 and below an 81, please. Are you freaking kidding me? I rolled an 83. Unlucky. Unlucky. And the problem is now, all of this damage, I don't know how this damage works. So, her next successful attack deals an extra 2d6 poison damage. Do I roll 2d6 twice, or do I roll 4d6 and take the highest? I'm going to say she's charging up and roll 46, because ultimately I think that's going to be better for me. I may be cheating, but I don't know. Again, I'm going to take the middle on this. I'm going to just do my game master thing where if I don't know the rule, I just take the middle result. So the best case scenario is these don't stack at all. And she just does the 2d6 and that's it. And she's just wasting her turns. That's like best case scenario. Not going with that one. The worst case scenario is I feel she would roll an extra 2d6, which would be about like 4 points of damage, and then she rolled another 2d6, and it'd be about another 4 points of damage. So that'd be like 8 points of damage. And the middle ground seems to be I roll 46, and I take the highest of all of those, which would be probably about a 5 or a 6. So that's what I'm going to do. But so she did deal this 1d6 points of damage to me. So let's just deal with this first. 3. Okay, that knocks me down to, going down fast, 18. And then that is going to do this extra 4d6 points of damage. So I'm just going to roll 46. I am going to clear this out just so I can have a better idea of what I'm looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why that one rerolled. 13. Jesus. And then I need to make an endurance test. So this did go away. I need to make an endurance test, which again, not too great. Let's hope that suppository I put up there so long ago is going to help me out. 25. That's a fail. I am now poisoned. Yeesh. Tough turn. Tough turn. I am poisoned. A poisoned creature suffers an amount of damage equal to X every round. Okay. I'll start taking like a point of damage. This is a cumulative condition, so more poison I get, the more damage I suffer each round. Out of combat, I can bandage myself and with a medicine check. Ooh, this is going to be tough to get rid of. Okay, I'm poisoned. I'm going to mark that down too on her little sheet to remind me of how bad my life sucks right now. Woof. I have to get in a good hit here. It is my turn. I've been really unlucky with what she's been doing to me. Again, maybe she knows. Maybe she knows. So here we go. I have to go for the big hits. I have to go for the double damage just because I'm typically going to be rolling like 3 or 4s. It's going to be my best, which is still not guaranteed. And then she's going to subtract 1 from that. I'm only going to be doing like 2 points of damage a turn. I have to be going for these critical hits. Okay, here we go. Come on. 62. 33! That is a critical strike. Again, it doesn't really matter, but I do get to check my skill to improve it a little bit. So that's great. That's like a double critical. All I don't want her is to roll a double. 23. Great. Another critical hit for me. Oh, here we go. Please. I have a chance. If I roll a 5 or a 6, I take her out right now. And so that has to happen on my D6. D4 is a 2. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, it's cocked. I'm so freaking close. I rolled 8, which is subtracted by 1. So she is now down to 2. So I did 8 points of damage. She has an armor, so I did 7. She's down to 2 health. Okay. Things are looking better. And I'm poisoned. Did that happen on my turn? I guess it did. Let's just drop me down. 12 toughness. Okay. And again, I send out that thing, hoping to stop her, and hopefully she does some magic. I'm going to keep these dice because they just treated me well. Ooh, okay. Big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. Okay, here we go. Great. Here she goes. Come on, roll a 3, 4, or 5. 5. Great. So she knows she has to like change her approach. She sees the poopy loincloth and she knows that she has maybe met her match. And so she starts doing this dreadful siren song. The Venom Cloud Siren sings a haunting melody that fills the hearts of her enemies with dread. But the thing is, I counter it because I have all of her little friends on my side and they just start like countering it for me. So maybe that's the thing. I inspire them, these tormented souls, to start like doing a little backlash at her. And instead of saying like all the bad things they've done in her life, they start saying like all the good things and like the joyous things that they remember because they see salvation in me, Sir Alistair Merryweather. Yay! Okay. I'm rolling again. I want this to be a 3, 4, or 5. A 2. God dang it. She could poison me here. So she gets so angry, she starts lashing out. And again, maybe she has like this like venomous barb on her tail and it tries to nick me. So her combat skill is 40. That'd be awesome if she misses. Yay, it rerolled. Oh, she critically fumbled. Amazing. So I'm still going to see if I hit, because I could do some awesome sauce here in a second. So she critically fumbled. Oh, how the tides have turned. I just missed, but she critically fumbled. Is that a 3? That is a 3. The creature is restrained for the next D4 rounds due to some vegetation or refuse in its vicinity. Awesome. So maybe it's like the souls, like sensing her demise, are starting to become more corporeal and just starting to wrap their arms around her and just starting to stymie her and block her from attacking me. Acrobatics, weapons, dodge, athletics, body checks, -20 penalty. All right, and I'm poisoned and it is my turn. Okay, gonna keep taking that toughness. This is getting bad for me in regards to this toughness. Boom, I'm putting out that anti-magic thing, which knocks me down to 9 ether. So glad I found that altar, because I would be about tapped out by now. Here's the question. I need to just hit her, and I have a very good chance to hit her. Her combat is reduced to a 20. That's pretty low. If I hit her, I would need to roll a 3 or above, which is a 66% chance on one die and a 50% chance on another die, because I rolled a D6 and the D4. I'm just going to go for this simple attack and hope that I can roll a 3 or a 4. Here we go. That's a 12. Dang it. God dang it! That's the problem when I leave all these dice up here. It re-rolls my successes. I did not make it. And here she goes. God bless. She failed too, though. We both failed. She's the defender, so she takes a point of damage. All right. It is now her turn. Hopefully she goes for some magical or physical attacks. Here we go. This is a new magical attack. Ensnaring Thorns. The Venomclown siren gestures, causing thorny vines to erupt from the ground. Creatures in the area must make an athletics check or be restrained. Ooh, glad that doesn't happen. So again, she is just doing everything she can, and she just like plants her hands down. I'm doing my best to counter it with my spell, and all of these, and we're going to say they're starting to come in from all the other rooms. Remember all the rooms I went through? The prisoners with the Flayed Knight, maybe he shows back up, and what he does is he covers her mouth to prevent her from doing this. And then what else is she doing? She has another thing to do. A 6. Okay, so with her mouth closed, she's just trying to, again, build up that to generate more of that poison damage for when she does hit me, which hopefully will not happen. It is my turn. I lose more toughness. I'm down to 10. This is starting to get a little risky here. And I walk up to her, and she is completely ensnared. And I just hold up the sword, and I'm just going to just lightly just flick at her. We're going to say all of these bodies are just like leaving her neck open. Her mouth is closed. Her cheeks are puffed out, billowing these clouds, and like her head's grabbed, and they're just like opening up her neck for me. And I am going to just take a very simple attack. 6. That is low. So she does have a chance to counter this. She can succeed on this. I don't want her to roll a 20 or below. Wow. She got a 9. She beat me by 3 freaking points. Oh my God. Okay, what does she do? So she gets this defensive maneuver. Here she goes. Let's see what she got. Jeez, what did she do? What did she do? She's crafty. She's got the PC receives the bleeding condition. So I think bleeding and poison is the same thing. I think I'm like slowly bleeding out. So like her neck is exposed like this. I just go on, just cleanly cut her neck, and she just maybe wriggles free and just pierces me with one of her fangs and just nicks me, but it's just enough to be bleeding out. Let's see what bleeding does. I think it's basically going to act the same way as poison does. Bleeding suffers damage every round. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. It's just a different type of damage I'm taking. So I'm not only bleeding out. So let's say instead like she nicks me, like she just goes for like my veins. Like she gets my wrist and like I'm bleeding pretty bad and I have to deal with that wound. But first I got to deal with her. So that sucks. Okay, back to her sheet. I'm going to write poisoned and bleeding. So here she goes. Let's see what she's doing. Please be... Ooh, she is building up her again. So she gets restrained again. After she cuts me again, all these souls start like grappling her, and she is just building up this reservoir of poison gas. Okay. Whoa. I cannot let her hit me. So she spent her entire turn. So they know what's happening. They are just covering her mouth, covering her eyes. They are doing everything they can to give me as open of an opportunity as possible. And will I take it? I take 2 more points of damage. I am down to 8. Remember, I came in here with 30, and I'm now down to 6 ether, and I'm putting up my magical ward, and I just need a decent success. I just need to roll a 2 or above if I hit. Are you effing kidding me? I still kill her if she fails. I want her, she's still restrained for 2 more rounds. I want her to roll a 20 or above. That's it. 37. So what happens is I can't get, she's like writhing around. I can't get in a clean shot. And what happens is all of the tormented souls become corporeal enough to just strangle her to death and covering her mouth. And what she does is she chokes on her own poison and she can't expel it. And she just starts like flopping violently until she falls finally dead on the ground. I give the souls a blessing and they just all slowly drift away. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm gonna get my goodies for killing the baddie. Then I need to staunch my wounds real fast. So let's see what happens when I kill an overseer. And I'm getting an amulet, which I can't attune to. So I still got a lot of upkeep to do. Woo, man, that was insane. Holy crap. Okay, when you kill an overseer, what do I get? What do I get when I kill them?
I don't know what page that's on.
Interesting. I cannot find, like, just a chart of what happens when you kill an overseer. Like, it's all spread out. Like, I get 200 experience for killing an overseer. Amazing. Let's just write that down. I'm up to 680. I do believe all of the influence where everybody does a point of, like, poison damage, that dissipates. So they'll no longer be doing that. I am going to get an amulet. So I did get the overseer overthrown. So I did accomplish this. Defeat an overseer. You gain an amulet. I'll roll that here in a second. But again, there is just no chart. You see right here, sanity can be recovered by the following. Defeating an overseer. Gain D4 sanity. Great. Let's do that. 3. Fantastic. I could really use some health. I'm just literally searching the word keyword overseer, and I can't find just a page that just says what you gain when you beat them. You obviously get their spoils and stuff like that. Valuables table and precious table. Let's see what we get. 15. I like that. A fragment. I don't know what a fragment is. And I get a magic item, which, again, if it stinks, I can sacrifice it because I still have her in me. I'm like a little Horcrux of her. And she is still, there is a piece of her residing within me that I need to pull out with a magical item. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see what a fragment is and then roll a magic item, I guess. Fragment, here we go. Fragments are pieces of magical items from the Valorian Ascendancy that have broken over time. They still have some magic left in them for a single use. Even though they can no longer create their full effect. I do not need to attune to it, that's good. So I roll a 1d20 to see what this fragment is. Okay, 8. A small enchanted skull, maybe it's her skull, that grants the user the ability to see what's ahead, roll the contents of the next 3 rooms. That's cool. Okay, I like that. The other thing was a magic item. When you find a magic item, you roll on the item table to determine what kind. Let's roll a d8. 4. I find boots. Ooh, okay. I've been walking around barefoot, so I'd take some boots. And these boots are made for walking. Getting out of here, okay? Roll on the item rarity table, okay? 2, dang it. I want a higher number, I think. Common, 1 magical property, okay. Roll as many times as necessary on the corresponding item table to learn the details, okay. Ooh, I gotta find like a boots table, that's fun. Boots magic property, here we go. Come on. Is that a 12? I think it's a 12. Reroll any failed thievery checks while attempting to dismantle a trap. That kind of sucks. At least for my character. So what I'm going to do, so I got this cool magical skull, and we're going to say it's her skull. And so in mythology, in Norse mythology, sticking with that, Fenrir kills Odin and eats him or swallows him or something like that. But he is avenged by his son, something like Magnus, or it's not Magnus, but it's something like that. He has 2 sons, and one of them is, but he's like this really like weird dude who's just been like going all around collecting the souls of people's shoes. And then he gets this like really strong soul. And what he does is Fenrir tries to eat him, but Fenrir's teeth can't penetrate the sole of his shoes, and he like just snaps the neck of Fenrir. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to so I see this lady like laying there, and of course her fangs are like very venomous, but what I'm able to do is I'm able to like step on her jaw and grab her head maybe with my sword and pry it open and like, pop her head open. So that's actually how I get this skull. That is like actually how I free her from my body as well. Just using my sword as well, just doing this. And maybe I actually do use, to do this, I use the Requiem blade. And whoa, I got so excited, I hit my mic. So, but yeah, I send her soul out of me as well as I pop her little head off. And then I have her little skull, which I'm gonna carry around with me in a pouch. So she is gone. And then I just look down at her wrist and I see the amulet. So let's roll to see, this is random. Let's roll to see what this amulet is. I need to update my little perks. I did kill someone. I'm up to a 16 of 50. So that's another Blade Weapon Master. So amulets grant you the ability to acquire and use the powers of a 3rd mastery. So I can get multiple amulets, but I gotta keep swapping them out and putting them on and whatnot. There is supposed to be a chart where you roll randomly on it, but I think I'll just figure out how many masteries there are and just roll from that. That's easy enough. And when you acquire an amulet for the first time, the mastery feature is automatically unlocked. So I guess I don't have to attune to it, and active as long as you wear it. So I don't know if I get the first level ability of it. Like when you choose a mastery for your character, you get like a level 1 ability as well as like the mastery feature. But so we'll just say I'm just going to get the mastery feature of that right now, because I don't quite know the answer to that. But I'm just very excited to see what I get here. So there are 20 different masteries. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll, because I think this is supposed to be random. I don't get to pick it. So this is what she was wearing, and this is just like some ability that she had. So this was also my personal goal. So let's roll a 1d20. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. And just see what I'm able to like tap into. Oh my gosh. A 2. Okay. That is the Arcanist, which is great because I have a pretty high ether score. So that is like a mage, the Arcanist. I was thinking about being this. Oh, this is exciting. You have studied everything there is to know about the etheric realm and how it manifests in the physical world, granting you superb knowledge and control over the arcane. My feature is, each time a creature receives arcane damage as a result of my abilities, which unfortunately, I don't have anything that does do arcane damage to them at the moment, I can increase my arcane damage by +1 against that specific creature. I think that is like cumulative, like I start just doing more and more magic damage to them. Now, I don't know if I automatically do get the tier 1 or not, but it is arcane missiles. It is 4 ether, which is expensive, but a shower of magic darts shoots from your fingertips. So it's like basically magic missile. Enemies receive D4 arcane damage. Maybe they have to maybe they get to make the spell word save or something like that. But that's pretty fun. But I am tapping into some of this like etheric magic as well. Let's check camping really. I know, me and camping, but I could definitely use it. I could definitely recover all of my toughness, and I need to heal these conditions. Heal 1 condition. Spend 1 bandage, which I have, and very specifically it says poison and bleeding, which I have, to remove it. Increase your exhaustion by 1 for each condition. That's fine, without needing the medicine check. Great. So what I'm going to do is take a wild guess. I'm going to barricade my face off. I have the abilities. I'm probably having to go cut back and go to Snarf, which will raise the tension die in here. But I'm no longer worried about that sanity because I did get that ability like snapped out of my head. She is no longer exists. I just want to find my exit and get out of here and go to Warren of the Ratkin. So I'm going to do the heal condition. I'm going to do that twice. That increases my exhaustion, which I don't need to worry about, honestly. I am spending another light, so this candle is basically wearing out. And I'm going to heal my poison and bleeding, so that will be 2 of my bandages. So I'm down to 3 bandages. I just kind of, like I said, my wrist, I bandaged that up, and then she also just poisoned me. I probably just like, oh, what? I just kind of like puke out all the poison and then put the poopy loincloth back on. And yeah, I think I'm just going to barricade. And again, I have a 12, so my roll needs to be a 12 or above. If I barricade 3 times, that knocks it down 5 each. So that puts it like a -3. The healing condition does not affect my camp roll, so I am actually good. My crafting supplies are down to 3, so I should probably get more of those as well. I get all my toughness back, gain D4 sanity, so it's possible I'm going to be fully sane again. Yep, back to full sanity. Ooh, you do not get ether back, though, when you rest. That's right. Here we go. All ether is replenished upon entering a new room. Man, I could have been using that crap a whole lot more than I was using it. Okay. My max ether is still 18 currently. Okay, great. Yeah, so during combat, I can really start pumping more things out than I was giving myself credit for. So I spent the 3 things. I'm totally good. Everything's maxed out, including my sanity. Let's do the bladed weapon. I want a 62 or above, ideally. Okay, my bladed weapon goes up to a 63. Still getting better. And here's my final roll. I'm doing this one more. At major moments, I'm making this roll. I love the idea of having an unreliable character, where I have this idea that he was wronged, blah, 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 but maybe he wasn't. So he's down here for sodomy because he was having this relationship with the prince, which it turns out he actually was having. He's also sentenced down here for sedition. So did he actually do this seditious act? Or was this a trumped up charge? If it's odd, he did do this seditious act. That's a 15. He may not be the great guy that we thought he was. And that's pretty fun. Oh my goodness, and that's it. I survived. I did it. I recovered all my stuff. I'm back to full health. I'm probably going to have to just go back to Snarf, and then we just got to get out of here. And I'm going to go straight into Warren of the Ratkin. Man, I thought I was going to die there for a second. But wow, amazing, amazing game. I'm just loving this. You can tell by like how freaking tired I look because I've been just like playing this game and editing it. That's been my life for the last 4 days. And I'm going to keep on going because I got the time. Yeah, that's all I've really got to do right now. Like this episode looks like it's running a little long, so let's quit while we're ahead. Oh my goodness. I guess I do have my questions, which I'll probably just send out directly to the community and to Alex and just ask. And I am done talking. Man. Whew. Well done. Gonna get some more coffee, and until next time, stay dorky, my friends.